know what I think is kind of annoying? Wednesday night chapel. I mean, come on, we already go to chapel every Sunday, so why should we have to sit here, half listening to some speaker, speak about some random topic as the minutes slowly tick by, eating to the very limited free time we do have? A lot of things annoy me, like having to clean my room until it meets the impossibly high standards of passing room inspection, or having to drag myself over to the dining hall for breakfast sign-in, being in dress code when everybody knows that sweatpants are far more comfortable. Just the mark system in general, where no matter how much I try to avoid them, I somehow end up getting just enough marks for detention. In fact, there are so many things that I find irritating that if I were to list them all, it would probably take up this whole chapel. I have always been quick to find flaws in everything I encounter. Though I may not always say them out loud, I tend to focus on what is wrong. At the beginning of last summer, when I first arrived in Haiti, I obviously compiled a list of everything that was wrong. The weather was hot and humid. There was no running water or electricity. The tents that we were living in, just for that 1 week, were significantly nicer than the villagers' houses. Most of them lived in makeshift structures made from wooden planks draped with tarp, since their houses still had not been rebuilt from dirt. Their clothes were tattered, and very few of them even owned a single pair of shoes. They woke up around 5:30 in the morning and labored until sundown, just to get a bowl of roll on their table. Their lives were miserable, so why the heck were they smiling? I didn't get it. How were they seemingly unaffected by everything that was glaringly wrong with their lives? Our days in Haiti passed much too fast, and I watched. We made new friends. They taught us to speak basic Creole. In exchange, we taught them how to speak more English. Hutch gave them a soccer ball, and each day after work finished, the whole village gathered to play games of soccer without any of the rules. Madame had brought a deck of Uno cards, and every night a group ranging from 20 to 30 people gathered to play the most intense game of Uno that Ben just described. But living in that village that barely had anything, I started to realize that despite everything, they seemed to be enjoying their life far more than I ever had. They were actively engaged in every moment, excited, energetic, and cheerful about everything they did, whether it be mixing cement or going to the market to buy supplies. I went to Haiti to help them, but in fact, they were the ones who helped me. I learned something from them that I want to share with you because it has definitely made my life much better and made me a happier person. I realized that, hey, things are just the way they are, and there's not really much we can do about it, but it's up to us how we react to it. We can choose to focus on what's wrong. We can just be negative about everything, or we can instead choose to focus on what's right and be grateful about that. I feel like I've wasted so much time complaining, focusing on all the flaws, but now I realize that it's pointless, and I'm going to try to stop. So rather than being annoyed at having to be in chapel on Wednesday night after a tiring day of classes, when you would much rather be hanging out with your friends, take a moment to look around you. Think about how lucky you are to be sitting here in this chapel, after eating a nice dinner, wearing the clothes you are wearing, surrounded by the people of the amazing St. Andrew's community.